Hi, my name is Anna Priddy, and I'm going to talk to you about my athletic achievements throughout high school. I'm going to be a junior next year, so I'll be talking to you about my freshman and sophomore years. I think one of the biggest things I've accomplished athletically in high school was losing weight. Ha, yay, scale. Coming into high school, I weighed about 175 pounds, and I was only 5'5", so that was not healthy. That's definitely an overweight standard. I think my BMI was probably 26 or something. It was bad. And I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew that I didn't want to be overweight anymore. It degraded me, and it wasn't that I hated who I was. It was just that I wasn't comfortable in my own body, I guess. I just always wanted to be skinny and athletic and active, like the people you see on magazines and the popular kids around school. And so, I just really wanted to be one of them. And so freshman year, I came into school. A lot of my friends had moved. I live in a military community, so people go in and out pretty quick. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know who was going to be my friend, what was going to happen. And one of the things that happened was that I developed acid reflux, which is probably definitely because of my overweight status. It comes very easily to people who are overweight. And so I developed acid reflux, and I couldn't really eat because it hurt a lot to eat. I had to get medication and start doing that. And so I lost some weight there. And then that was the fall. And winter, it was just really lonely, and I needed some people to talk to and just something to do. And so when spring came around, I decided to join track because it's the only sport in the school that doesn't make cuts in spring. And I thought it would give me something to do and a way to make friends. And so I wasn't very good at track. I ran about an 8-minute mile and just wasn't that impressive, and I didn't make varsity. I made JV, but everyone makes JV. So I tried my hardest, though. I really worked at getting better and dedicated myself to running, and it really paid off. I kept on going through the summer of that year into the fall of my sophomore year, and I tried out for cross country the next year because cross country is what we have in our school in fall, and they don't make cuts either. So I figured, hey, this sport isn't going to make cuts. I've been running all summer. Let's see what I can do. I came in there. I expected to make JV again. There's some really good runners at our school. And surprisingly, I had gotten good enough to make varsity. Our first meet, we had 10 varsity runners, and I was number 9 out of them, so that was cool. And then 4 more varsity runners came in after our first meet, which is how our school does it. And so throughout the season, I continued to run in meets. I got better. I think my first meet, I ran a time of like 24 or 23 something. And by the end of the season, my best time was 22 minutes for a 5K. So I really improved, which was great. I was really proud of myself, and so were my parents and my friends, and it was good. And by the end of the season, I was tied with another girl for the 7th slot on the team. And the 7 best runners go to Europeans to run in championships. And Europeans is like an hour away. It's not as exciting as it sounds. But we run against everyone in Europe, all the Dodge schools in Europe. And so we were battling basically the last week to see who would run in European championships. But unfortunately, the girl that I was tied with, she hurt her ankle the week before. She was originally scheduled to run in the 7th slot at Europeans because she was a junior and I was a sophomore. She took her seniority took higher priority, I guess. And so she twisted her ankle, and I had to step in, and I had to run in Europeans. And my time wasn't the greatest. I had some issues, like I got a stitch, and it was just a really tough race. It was a really intense race since all the best runners were there. But I still came in with a time of 22 minutes and some odd seconds. I don't quite remember the exact results, and they never printed them out for me, so I didn't get to see my time. But I did run in Europeans, and I think that's pretty good for first-year cross-country runner. And there's my That was my official number in Europeans. That's my plaque that everyone on the Europeans team got. And so I was pretty accomplished. I felt pretty accomplished. That was really great. And throughout the winter, so after the fall cross-country season transitions into winter, I continued to train. I trained especially for track. I worked on shorter distances because I knew I would be running the 1500 and the 800 because those were my favorite races the year before. And I worked really hard. I was on the treadmill like every day, just running repeats, running hills. And so I trained up. Spring came around, late March we start track. And I was surprised because we only had about 4 or 5 girls on our distance team. Nobody likes doing distance at our school. And out of them, 4 of us were cross-country runners, and then there was one other. No, all of us were cross-country runners, so it wasn't a very diverse group. And by the end of the season, about 2 or 3 of them had switched over to mid-distance, and one of them had gotten injured, so there were, 2 of them switched over to mid-distance, and one was injured. So by the end of the season, there was me, the top cross-country runner at our school, and the second best in Europe, and one other girl. And we all qualified for European Championships. I qualified in 5 events. I qualified in the 3,000, the 200, the 800, the 1,500 meter run, and the sprint medley relay, and the 4x800 meter relay. And they had each qualified in about 4 events too. So we were all going to Europeans, qualified in the maximum number of events. 4 events is the maximum number you can run in Europeans. And it was great. Our distance team got really good over the season. I had really improved over the season. I didn't even qualify last year in track, as a freshman in track. And this year I'm qualified, and I'm running anchor on the A-team relay. And yeah, just really cool. And so we went to Europeans, and a lot of stuff happened. Our sprint medley team got disqualified, even though we ran a really great preliminary time. It was about 4 minutes and 30 seconds, 4 minutes and 28 seconds. But stuff happened, and we were disqualified from the finals. So I was disappointed in that. And then my 800 time was not as great as I expected. It was my personal record. I got a 2:25 split, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. And then that was the 2 disappointing spots. And then I ran the 1,500, and it was really great. I had gotten 4 hours of sleep the night before. It was really nerve-wracking. And it turns out that adrenaline kicked in, and I got a 3rd in Europe in the 1,500, right after the 2 best cross-country runners. And my time was 4:57. Whoa. It was really good. It's a long way from last year. And then in the 4x8, we also did really well. We broke a school record. I ran anchor on this team, by the way. We broke a school record. We broke a Dodds record, but unfortunately the team that came in ahead of us, we came in second. There's the medal to prove it. We came in second. The team that came in ahead of us, they broke the Dodds record by about 3 seconds, so they have their name on the Dodds record chart. But we broke a school record. The Dodds record, the previous one, was 9:58. The team ahead of us came in with a 9:55 relay time, and we had a 9:58 relay. We had a 9:57 relay time. So yeah, pretty great stuff. And then the next morning, after we came home from Europeans, I saw myself in the paper, right, racing against the girl that basically won the relay for K-Town. That's the school we ran against. And it was cool. I never would have imagined that I'd come that far in such a short amount of time. I felt really accomplished. And then I also, in my PE class, I got the National Fitness Award this year. Something that would have never happened last year. And I guess from everything that I showed you, you can see I've just really advanced athletically over the past 2 years. Came a long way from being the overweight kid to being one of the track and field European champions. So yeah, just really great. I hope you see something in me too. Thanks for watching.